Hello, it's Dr. Kimarie. I want to say hello and just talk about being thankful. I am so thankful. Yesterday was my grandson's 6th birthday, and it was so wonderful and magical in my new home, and just having both families come over, having Tommy's little friends. Tommy's parents got divorced last year, and they've been split up for 2 years, and just having everybody together, just with so much love, bringing the best parts of themselves to celebrate Tommy. It just really felt wonderful to be able to see how they can transcend something that was painful into something beautiful. And I know that process. I was divorced. I've been divorced a long time, and we did not always have it easy. Actually, it was very, very difficult for a long time. And we have created such a beautiful friendship and be able to be the best grandparents for our grandchildren, and a model for our children. And again, it was a rough road. And we worked very, very hard. We worked very, very hard to get where we are. So to be able to create the space that showed up yesterday and that we are able to have is so beautiful. And I was just thinking about all the people that came and how everything, when we get in the flow of love and we get into our heart, we can create that in our lives. And that's the only way we can create that in our lives. We can't create it with resentment in our heart, because what happens is it's like we want that thing. We want that thing to feel love. We want that thing to feel connection or to feel joy, peace, freedom. But as long as we hold on to resentment, it's like we have that gas at full speed. Yes, I want that thing. I really want that thing. I want what they have over there, but not from them, but my own version of it. So we press the gas really hard, and then that resentment presses the brake even harder. And then you go around in a circle and you say, well, what did I do wrong? Why don't I deserve it? Why can't I have that too? And the answer is you can. And I didn't always know that. I didn't always know that it was me, that the shift had to change within myself. So first the mindset, and then the habits, which create beliefs, right? So it's catching those old thoughts, those disempowering thoughts, which create beliefs. Then that becomes habit. And so if we have the habit of complaining, we have the habit of gossiping or knocking people down or thinking that we can't have what life has to offer, what we see other people have, that's not true. It's not true. We'll have our own version of it. We all have our own purpose, and we all have gifts and strengths within us that are unique to us. But we have to start by cultivating the seeds that are already planted in us, right? There are seeds that are planted in us of greatness. So it's watering those seeds. And then there's heredity. There are things that are in all of us, like cancer cells and disease, and all of those things are also within us, but they don't have to be watered. Okay? And how they get watered is with toxic, low energy that just kind of keeps us stuck, right? And that energy doesn't come from somebody else putting it in us, like we'd like to believe. We call other people toxic. We call, and the truth is that's not the truth. People are not toxic. It's if they're acting that way, they are within themselves. They are causing that toxicity within themselves, but they're not causing that toxicity within you. It only becomes toxic within us if we make it ours and we let it marinate within us and we hold on to that. Then, yes, it is toxic to you. So if you're in a situation where you're continually feeling disrespected, disempowered, or anything like that, yeah, you have to get out of that situation, right? Because staying in that kind of a situation where you're not feeling honored, you're not feeling loved, you're having trouble giving and receiving love is not going to serve you. I'm not saying stay in it by any shape of the imagination, but just know that people cannot take your power or your love from you. It's just harder in those situations. So again, don't stay in those situations, but check it within yourself first, because a lot of times we project it onto other people, and then we walk out of that situation and go into another situation, and we do the same thing, and we think it's that person, and then we say, well, I always attract narcissists, or I always attract situations. Well, you're bringing something to the situation that's attracting that. So it's shifting it within us. How can we start that? I started the video by saying, I am so thankful. One of the things that I do with my clients is I have them write, not only, they say, I've seen 3 things you're thankful for. In my program, I do like to say 10 things a day, write down that you're thankful for. But to start with, we do 100 things. And every single time I give a client that homework assignment, and of course they are like, how am I going to come up with 100 things? I say, well, I'm going to do it with you. Meaning, I'm going to do it on my own, and they're going to do it on their own. But literally, you can watch TV and come up with 50 things you're thankful for. The things you see that you don't like, that you're like thankful that you have something in contrast. There are so many things that we overlook that we can be thankful for. But when we get in that state of gratitude and we start stirring that up in our body and we come up with 100 things, I notice before too long it's 130. It goes right over it. It does not take long to do. So it's just about cultivating that in our body. I was looking at videos. I was telling my neighbor, who I have to say, by the way, I am so blessed. I even manifested the best neighbors. I mean, I just really, when you put that energy in the right place, you don't have to do a lot. God just, the universe just shows up for you. But I lost my, I was talking about videos that I had done 2 years ago when I was going through just a huge, what I'd like to call a dark night of the soul, just a big transition in my life, which, by the way, really I learned a lot from, but in it never feels good when you have all that loss and everything coming at you at once. You wonder what you did wrong, right? But anyway, while I was in it, I was tapping in and I started to do these videos, and I saw the first video that I had up. And I really liked the message. I did meditation, and I really liked the message. But gosh, my face looked so, I called it haggard, and they were laughing at me. They're like, how could you say that about yourself? I'm like, I'm telling you, I looked really bad. My face was all puffy and everything. And but I was not embodying. It's like in that dark night of the soul, I had forgotten how to radiate, realizing the truth, right? I was tapping back into it, but it had taken a toll on me. My face was so, anyway, I think I lost you for a minute. My face was so puffy and swollen, but anyway, the point is that it does affect you. When we start to, fall into that victim consciousness and we start to believe that life is happening to us instead of for us, it really takes a toll on you. It takes a toll on your heart, your soul, your body, your relationships, your health, your everything, your business, everything. So get into gratitude today. Let go of resentments. If you have questions, if you need help, this is what I do. I work with clients privately. I do group sessions. There are many ways that you can work with me. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Dr. Kimarie or Kimarie Machinga. I think it's 4 1s behind it. But anyway, hopefully this reached one person's heart today and maybe made a difference. Have an amazing day. I love you. Bye-bye.